Hi, Michael. Can you hear me?
I can. I can see you too. Can you hear me? Deacon, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
How about now? Okay, I can't hear you.
You can't.
He might have his volume off. I don't know how we're gonna tell him that.
Let's see how to do that in sign language.
We've just write it on a piece of paper.
Oh.
It's the best I've got.
Okay. Hey, the minutes look good. Let's see if we can see this. Oh, that's not gonna, that doesn't work.
Yeah, write it in big letters. You're going to
Yeah.
a concert.
Okay.
Oh, wait, hold it back a little bit. Cause you got that blur on or put on.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Let me take my blur off. That's right. Thank you. Oops, wrong button.
He's trying to read it.
It's backwards.
I see.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Low tech. That was Carrie's brilliance.
I am so low tech.
That's funny.
I couldn't read it for a while.
Yeah, I had to write it bigger.
Good evening, everyone.
Okay,
Evening.
okay.
Deacon, everyone should have an emergency Sharpie at all times.
Well, like Donald Trump.
No.
It's a sharp-
Oh, is that in case you need to alter whatever date is put in front of
Yeah,
you?
yeah.
I just like.
In case we have a hurricane in
So-
Shutesbury.
Oh, well, they come. We do. We do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. We can change the trajectory. So instead of like hitting up Leverett Road, it'll come
So,
somewhere else.
Just send it right down into the valley.
so, so Carrie, are you ready to take minutes?
Yeah, I'm all set. I've got it all set up.
Okay, so I'll open the meeting. I'll note that it's being recorded. I'd call for public comment, but there are no guests here that I can see. Maybe there are that I can't see.
Not that any of us can see.
Okay, I was rather expecting that there would be some.
We have one.
We just got one.
Okay, because I mean, I'm under the impression that we're going to have some queries about individual zoning issues.
Hello there.
Hi, I'm sorry, and you are?
I am Kayvon Ross, and this is my little brother, Eli Ross.
Okay.
Hello, everybody.
Greetings.
Greetings. And so,
Deacon, do we have a two-parter here? One is public comment, and then the next part is education and guidance.
yeah, so, well, we have public comment, education and guidance in residential lighting. So, I'll make a note. So our guest is here, I think, for education and guidance rather than public comment. So I'd encourage him to ask his question.
Correct. So we have some general questions and some questions about a specific property, which is 29 January Hills Road.
Okay, well,
Okay. Yeah, first questions are two kitchens in a single family legal in Shutesbury, Mass? Because we're thinking about purchasing this property, just to give you a little context.
yeah.
The answer to that is you should ask the building inspector. Two kitchens are often indicative of two residential dwelling units. So so simply having two kitchens is not prohibited, but there are regulations that attach to having two residential dwelling units, a kitchen for each. So the building inspector needs to determine if you've crossed that threshold
Okay, so
of two separate dwelling units. I mean, it's clearly one dwelling unit and you have two kitchens. I don't think there's an issue.
yeah, so I'll ask him about that. There's no wall or anything. It's basically two separate floors with pretty much a mirrored floor layout, each with their own kitchen. So I'll ask the building inspector about that one. Thank you so much. The next question was the legality of long-term leases in Shutesbury, Mass. In other words, it's zoned as a single family. Are you allowed to have a long-term lease? I know many people are renting via Airbnb and other methods.
I don't think,
Many people do lease or rent their homes, and I don't believe that's restricted. There are restrictions on two-family dwellings that have accessory apartments, and the requirement, and I think it might pertain to duplexes as well. We did this in 2008. Requires one of the units to be occupied by an owner.
Or I
Okay,
believe either the owner or a direct family member of the owner.
great.
I'm going to jump in just with my own education and guidance question for Jeff. We don't have a prohibition about against short-term leases like Airbnbs, Jeff, but would that be a zoning bylaw? Or is that a town kind of ordinance? Not that I'm saying we should do it, but I'm just curious.
It could possibly be either. Yeah.
Okay. And the last question, this may pertain to the building inspector as well, was regarding the conversion or renovation rather of a garage, because on the property we may purchase, there's a big garage on the property, which I was thinking to convert into a dwelling because it's very large. In other words, insulation, bathroom, kitchen. And it's an existing pad.
Right. So this is a garage on what is now a single family dwelling
Correct.
that has two kitchens. Two presently existing kitchens, but it is classified as a single family dwelling.
Yes.
It would be possible under under an accessory apartment to convert an attached garage, or we talking about the top floor of the garage?
It is a two-story garage, but I was thinking, so this property has basically two garages which are attached. One is for 3 cars, one is for 2 cars. And I would really only need the 2-car garage. So it would be converting the accessory into an accessory dwelling, a 3-car garage, which does have 2 floors, but the second floor is more of like an attic, very small clearance, etc.
Yep. Well, that is possible. As an accessory apartment, there are limitations.
What sort of limitations?
You need to have a 45,000 square foot lot at minimum,
Okay,
800 square feet of area. That's the maximum the accessory apartment could be.
Mhm.
But there is a section in here on accessory apartments in the zoning bylaw that you should look at. And that will give you all of the restrictions. And
Okay.
again, if you have an accessory apartment, the main dwelling needs to be a single family dwelling. It can't be a duplex. You can't do you can't have a duplex and then do an accessory apartment in addition.
got it.
Could we turn the accessory apartment into a multi-unit?
No.
Well,
Kayvon, I was gonna ask you, have you looked at the bylaw?
Yes, I've grazed through it. I haven't looked into it in great detail, but I will now. So I went to University of Massachusetts Amherst, and I've been excited to get back into the Western Massachusetts area because right now Boston is just a bit too urban for me, especially since the pandemic.
Relate to that.
Yeah. So are you thinking ultimately if you could to have 3 apartments? Is that what you're thinking?
No. I just wanted to know about the conversion, and because my tax attorney told me, hey, it has 2 kitchens. You should talk to the zoning in Shutesbury and see if that's legal.
Yeah.
Because it's
Well-
it's as a single family listed.
So check out sections 4.4-2 in the zoning. That's accessory apartments. And then 4.4-3, which is two-family and multifamily dwellings. And that will give you the requirements. I mean, you could potentially have 3 or 4 dwelling units, but you have to have a lot of land and a lot of frontage for that.
Well, 29 January Hills Road is a bit over 5 acres, I believe. I think it's 5.3 acres, something like that.
Yep, so you could have a duplex. But yeah, check 4.4-3, and that'll tell you what you need for a duplex, a triplex, and a quadplex.
Excellent. Thanks so much.
And
Jeff, I have
there's a frontage requirement for the duplex too.
Yeah,
I have a education and guidance question for Jeff. No, and it should be, but so with the term duplex, would that be synonymous with two family, or is it like a side by side as opposed to over under? Would over under not be a duplex, or has
over, under, side by side, catty corner, it doesn't matter. Duplex and two family mean the same thing.
Okay,
Good question.
well, thank you. Yeah.
I'd like to see him at a diagonal.
So yeah, those two sections will help you understand what's required. And with the kitchen business, I would go right to the building inspector, Jim Hawkins, and ask him about it. Because it's his call, whether it's whether your dwelling is a one family or a two family. The two family has certain hallmarks to it that he's well versed in.
Great.
And Kayvon, the building inspector's contact is probably on the town website, but if, just so you know, Shutesbury, along with other Franklin County towns, shares a building inspector with the Franklin Regional Council of Government. So that's where he's based. So if you haven't found him already, that's where he works out of.
Great. Thank you. You said Franklin Regional County?
Yeah,
Okay.
FRCOG.gov, no, org.
It's Franklin County Regional, but yeah, Franklin County is where you want to go.
Yeah, FRCOG.org.
Okay.
Cool.
Cool. Well, thank you so much, guys. Really appreciate your help.
Sure.
Well, thank
Maybe
you.
soon we will be neighbors.
Okay, so
Best of luck.
there was a fellow named, I've actually been working on this case for a number of days, and I still have not located that house. I have tried, and somebody named Eli has been communicating with me. That's not you.
That's my little brother right behind me.
That's Eli over there. Okay. Yeah, I tried to find that. I was down there the other day, and I found one house, kind of a gray, sort of sprawling house that seems to have its driveway not on January Hills Road, but on the other road there. And that house didn't look to be in Shutesbury. It looked to be just over the Amherst line. Are you absolutely sure it's in Shutesbury?
I mean, it's listed in Shutesbury. On Google Maps, it comes up in Shutesbury. So we've been a little confused about this. This house we're referring to is 29 January Hills Road, and the driveway, it has kind of two entrances that converge like that. Is that what you're referring to?
Is the driveway entrance paved?
It is paved.
That's on the other road. That's not on January Hills Road. January Hills has a little kind of cart path, unpaved cart path that might be an entrance. It has, I think it had a gate or something, fence. But I could find no 29 January Hills Road. The driveway that leads to that house from the other road has like a 300 number addressed to it.
I'm not certain about that, but both the seller's agent and the buyer's agent, they're both telling me that it's in Shutesbury. And it's strange because I was unable to locate it as well.
All right, so I just advise you to make sure it's in Shutesbury.
Okay. How would I go about doing that?
Oh,
Is that it, Jeff?
That's it. You guys got it. Yep.
Okay, it says it's in Amherst. Who knows, though? It's Google.
Yeah.
Well, okay, let's make sure we're not talking about for purposes of the postal service.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, no, I know.
And you see that
Right.
says January Hills Road right there, right?
Yep.
And on the listing on every website that it's listed on, it also says Shutesbury. So maybe part is in Shutesbury, part is in Amherst. I'm uncertain.
Well, one of the things, I'm pretty sure this is true, is like where the bedrooms are, if it's a
Mhm.
split thing. Because remember, I don't, Jeff, if you remember, but Martha and Barry Field were in Shutesbury, and then they got rezoned, and now that they were in Leverett, they didn't move. The house just got put into the different town.
mm-hmm.
So that's where I learned that little factoid. Anyway, that would be a good thing to figure out what town you're in.
Yeah, I mean, I figured by parcel number would be the easiest way.
Now, does it have an assessor's parcel, sheet and parcel number from Shutesbury?
Did Ken give you that in assessors, from the assessor?
Is it the PIN number?
No, parcel number. No, we haven't been able to locate that yet.
Okay, so you might call the assessors in Shutesbury
Okay,
and the assessors in Amherst, and it's possible that it's in both towns. And maybe the house is in one and some of the properties in another, but figure that out, because then it gets complicated, because you've got two zonings that apply.
yeah, right. I mean, they're pretty similar, I believe. I mean, but I will, maybe I'll be chiming into
Hey,
the next zoning
I
board
just,
meeting in Amherst.
I gotta say, if Mass GIS is worth anything at all, there's no chance any of this property is in Amherst. It's clearly in Shutesbury.
Really?
I mean, I'm just
Oh.
looking at Mass GIS.
Is the seller Constant Capelli?
I'm uncertain about that.
Okay, because it is listed on the assessors. Lot 9, map X.
That's what Mass GIS says, Constance Capelli.
Yeah. So that's Shutesbury then.
Is there any chance there's a parcel number on there?
Not on what I'm looking at. It just has map and lot. So it's
I have
map X.
That is your
X9.
parcel number. It's map something and parcel something. So it's like a map and
X9.
parcel. Yeah, X9. There
X9,
you go.
that's the
Sounds like a
parcel
lot.
number.
And then, Kayvon, if you're interested in looking up the land records at, you go like masslandrecords.com or something, and you go to Franklin County. And if you're writing it down, there's a book and a page. The book is 3650.
Uh-huh.
and the page is 83.
Got it. Thanks so much.
That can be fun too.
Okay, yeah, that sounds fun. Well, you did the hard work.
I don't know if this would help at all, but I went on the Shutesbury website and used the GIS, and I have it like pulled up if anyone wants to like look at it.
Definitely.
Can everyone see it?
Yep.
Yeah, so this is 29.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if this brings any clarity at all.
I mean, it is clearly in Shutesbury, as we said.
Yeah.
That's plenty of clarity right there.
Round Hills Road, January Hills Road. Okay.
Yeah. Round Hills sort of goes back.
Yeah,
Yeah, so it's a continuation.
And then X7 should be all conservation land. I'm not sure if that's Amherst conservation land or Shutesbury conservation land.
This is
However.
Shutesbury. Could be owned by Amherst. Amherst owns a lot of, it's owned by town of Shutesbury.
Ah,
It's owned by the town.
where's north on that map? Is it up or down?
Up, mostly up.
Really?
It seems backwards.
Yeah.
Because we're driving south, Round Hills is on the right.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not
that
sure
would
how to
mean-
get,
Oh, yeah, I
Driving
guess
north.
that's true. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that is right. It's oriented
Off.
right.
oh. Nope, that's not what I wanted.
Yeah, it's oriented correctly.
Yeah, where's the reservoir?
Southeast.
Oh, okay. Kettle Hill. Okay, that property is nowhere near where I thought it was.
Okay, here's-
Nowhere near. Okay. All right. If that's it, X9, 29, then it's in Shutesbury. Sure.
Mhm. Yeah, it seems pretty clearly in Shutesbury.
Yeah.
Yeah, the description I gave was it was right at the Amherst line, which means going farther to the south on January Hills Road and trying to find it there, and it wasn't there. So, okay.
Looks like you got a pond.
I was saying,
Yeah.
it's a cute little pond. Oh, is it a vernal pool?
It's a spring-fed pond,
Oh, nice.
Cool.
they say. I mean, I've only seen I drove out there to see the property. I've only seen it once, but it was very pleasant.
All right. So we've established where it is.
Yep.
Yeah.
You,
Cool.
you all have hit everything on the nail. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, lady and gentlemen.
There's
Ladies.
a few ladies here.
Yeah.
Are there?
Anyway,
I can't see anybody.
anyway, we
Shows
can
up.
move. We can move on.
Yeah.
We've solved
Oh,
that.
there they
one.
are. Hi, ladies. Sorry. Okay.
It's weird because I have two monitors, so everyone's on the side, so.
Okay. Right on. Well, we'll let you get back to business then.
Well, thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, and again, good luck.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay. So, shall we move on to residential lighting?
Please.
I don't know who put it on, but I can share some information if that's helpful. Unless there was some plan, Deacon.
No, I mean, I know that Jeff sent that email around and with the attachment, and that's
Yeah.
all. I mean, I was just
Yeah.
proposing that we talk about
Okay,
it.
yeah, I ended up doing some research for Jen, just to sort of point her in the right direction. And I think the one thing I would say is lighting's complex. There's just a lot of the measurements for lighting in terms of lumens, it easily gets complex. So it's worth something for us to consider at some point, but if there's no quick turnaround for a comprehensive bylaw, as far as I could tell. But there's a couple of key concepts out there, like dark skies, which we've talked about, I think. But it'd be interesting to work on that, but not in the time frame we have.
I
For town
I
meeting.
got an inquiry from the moderator because apparently there's there may already be an article that is trying to find its way onto the warrant for town meeting. And the moderator wanted to know whether these are zoning bylaws or what they are. So I had my suspicions of what they are, but I put it out to my colleagues in the planning community, and it came back, they almost always go as general bylaws. You know, these types of nuisance avoidance things like noise, lighting, dogs, things like that that apply townwide. There's no zoning differentiation between districts. It's just a townwide nuisance type bylaw. So my response to him was that they often almost always go as general bylaws. And there are advantages to that. It only takes a simple majority to adopt it. And there's no grandfathering that goes along with it. Once you adopt it, it becomes effective immediately and universally. So
Yeah,
that- yeah.
When I was doing my research, I don't know if I looked up lighting zoning or something like that in Google. So I was assuming I was looking at zoning bylaws. I didn't actually differentiate. And I worked off, remember Robert? Thank you, Robert. Robert sent us that list of 15 towns that had bylaws. That's where I started my search. So I was just clicking on those to see what they came up with. And there's this, as usual, there's small towns, suburban towns. I don't know if I looked at any cities. They all seem medium-ish, but I don't know if they were zoning or regular ordinances. I didn't differentiate. But I did share some of the stuff that I found with Jen, in case you wanted to move forward. So,
Yeah, if I were an advocate for those kinds of restrictions, and there was an avenue to do it by general bylaw, I'd do it that way.
yeah, well, it sounds like that would be easier. I mean, it did make me think that at some point, if we wanted to look at it, I don't think it's an urgent thing, but there's, like everything else in zoning, there's a balance of, there's commercial, there's residential, there's dark sky, there's safety, there's like all these other things. It was an interesting perusal. But anyway, that's what I learned.
I would note also that it's enforced differently. It won't be enforced by the building inspector if it's a general ordinance.
Right, select board.
Yeah,
So when we did the sign bylaw, Jeff, we had some of that was enforced by the police. The select board and then the police at their advisement or something. So that was a zoning bylaw. So it's not exclusive, right?
No, signs often go through zoning. Signs often go with zoning. Because they attach to different uses and, different kinds of signs, different regulations or different kinds of signs. And so I think you can do signs by general, but I've often seen it through zoning.
Yeah. Okay.
But what about the enforcement of it?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about. The enforcement for our signs was the select board for some, and then the building inspector for others. It was split. Depending on where it was, if I remember, like on town property, I think it was the select board, and then for private, it was the building inspector, if I remember correctly. Do you remember, Jeff?
No,
That
I
kind of
hate,
makes,
I hate signs. They're the worst kinds of bylaws to write. I hate them.
I had fun with it.
That and parking.
so Jeff, did you expect Tim Miller to come?
I didn't know who was gonna come. I've talked to 3 parties this week about the particulars of our zoning requirements. So I think he's the one that's been dealing with the puffers, right?
Right.
Yeah. No, we're sort of working, I'm trying to get information from the puffers about what permits they have in place. They've decided not to come to this meeting, so I guess I'll just continue to work with them, and it may have to come up as an agenda item in the future if there's still questions. But, the question boils down to, do they have a special permit from the past for a shared driveway? And is that special permit still in effect? Has it lapsed or not?
Yeah.
They sent it to you, Deacon? I don't think
Sorry?
they didn't send an email to the whole board, right? That was that other guy.
Well, no, this all started off with Steve Puffer calling me on the phone, and I tried to pass it off to Jeff.
And we're still working on it, but we're not, it's not ready. It's not ready for prime time, not ready for the board
Okay,
to do anything.
And the only thing I would note about that is that I own a piece of property with a fish and wildlife conservation restriction on it. Fish and Wildlife has the right to access land that is now mine through Steve Puffer's property. So.
Off
this
of that
is one of
shared
the reasons
driveway?
Pardon?
Off of that shared driveway?
Who knows? But I mean, I doubt that they do have an existing shared driveway, although I don't know. But they have promised access to the Commonwealth from my land through their land to Leverett Road.
Okay.
Does this tie in with that violation?
The cabin?
You're talking about when you interviewed me for the appointment? Where they had an unpermitted structure
No,
somewhere?
that's a totally separate parcel, which abuts which abuts my property
In Puffers.
in Puffers. Well, my property that I bought from Puffer.
Right.
Okay. All right. So Deacon, we're straying afield here. We're
We are.
not ready for the planning board yet, okay?
Okay, so let's go on to the amendments.
Okay, so ZBA membership we covered last time. That hasn't changed in the last few months. So I think it's just ready to send to the select board when give the energy storage a thumbs up, which we could move to if that makes sense.
Yeah, let's do that. Exactly.
Okay. So energy storage, I sent everybody the updated version. I talked to Donna. I think it was on Thursday last week.
Michael?
Yeah,
I just want to throw a feeler out for this. I'm not sure what else is on the agenda besides energy storage and minutes.
I think that's it.
That's it. We're going to be brief tonight.
Yeah, I'm wondering, since with energy storage, I'm gonna not participate. We might do minutes now.
Oh, you
But-
want to go away?
Well, I mean, it's
We
we
still
don't
have a
have
quorum
to.
as
Just
as
proceed
long
with
as
energy
Linda
storage,
stays
that's
on.
fine.
Yeah.
I'm just throwing it out there.
Energy storage could be really short.
Okay,
So we'll give it a
Okay.
shot.
proceed.
So anyway, I talked to Donna on Thursday. She only had 2 changes, which were slight and non-substantive. And other than that, she thought that based on the comments we had from last meeting that I incorporated, mostly Jeff's comments and whatever else there was, and hers from the last time, we were good. So she said we basically hit it. Her big concern was that looking at case law, that you can't deny accessory use. And she said her read is that we're not denying accessory use. We're just saying, yes, if you have it, you have to do these things. So she said we should be able to go forward. So she was happy with it.
Okay.
Good.
So Michael, based on our discussions and, your awareness of what I'm concerned about, is there anything in the latest version that you would think you want to bring to my attention?
No, I incorporated all the stuff that you suggested. So, I mean,
Okay,
I basically took your suggestion, stuck it in, sent it to her, and then she came back with these 2 little things, which were like, adding a word here or there. I forget what they were. They're clarifications. They didn't change any concept, but no, that's why I'm not particularly worried, because I just incorporated your suggestions.
okay. Good. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Good.
So I would suggest if we're good with it, that we vote to send it to the select board. And if we're lucky, they can hear it tomorrow. If not, I think it's 2 weeks from now, but then we can talk about scheduling. But Deacon, can I make a motion? Do you mind?
Please do.
So I'll move that we send the energy storage bylaw to the select board for review.
Robert seconds.
Okay, discussion? Hearing none, I'll call the roll. Linda?
Aye.
Nathan,
I'm a abstain.
good. Michael,
Aye.
Jeff,
Aye.
Robert,
Aye.
I'm an aye.
That's it.
think
Steve's
I-
not here.
I think I got everybody who's here. So we're good.
Yeah.
We're good.
So in
Uh,
terms of the scheduling, I'll just jump into that. So our May meeting is May 9th. And I mentioned this to Deacon, but we penciled Donna in for a hearing on May 9th. If the timing works. So if we want to have Donna come at the beginning of our May 9th meeting, we could do that for the ZBA and for the energy storage. But Deacon, in terms of, I can never remember the number of days between for the noticing and stuff.
Well, the first, we need to, oh, I'm not sure. We have to have two consecutive weeks in the newspaper. It
Wait
takes
a
some
second,
time.
I'll get it for you.
Good, thank you.
Cool. Because one thing that you and I talked about was, the select board is not going to say no. So, I mean, we can
get started.
Yeah, we can just start the clock ticking and plan accordingly. So even if they don't discuss it tomorrow, I'm assuming they have a meeting on the 26th. So that gives us more than enough time for them to send it back to us officially.
Okay. In each of 2 successive weeks, the first publication to be not less than 14 days before the day of said hearing. Wait a minute, the first publication to be not less. Okay. So you have to back off your first publication 14 days.
So it's like the April 27th or 28th, somewhere in that ballpark.
And by posting such notice in conspicuous place.
Well,
in
it's
the
not
city of
that,
Town
it's not
Hall.
that late. It's earlier than that, Michael.
The
14 days
26th.
before the 9th would be the 25th.
I got the 26th, but anyway, yeah,
Yeah.
25th, 26th. But that would be for the first one. And if we do the first posting on the 18th, we should be fine.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. We just have to get going on it, and
Yeah,
yeah,
that's a you and Kerry thing, right?
yeah. So does everybody buy into having the hearing on the 9th?
Sure.
Yeah. I mean, it seems perfectly reasonable.
Yeah, we're meeting anyway, I figured.
Yeah.
I don't see these as really controversial. I mean, you could probably drag it into June if you wanted to, but.
No, because we got
No, we
town meeting on
can't.
the 21st.
Right, but we'd be, oh, is it May? Ooh,
Yeah.
That's right, okay, May. I forgot because I'm not gonna be there.
Right, you're going to graduations,
Yeah.
plural.
Okay, there you go.
But
Tonight,
you're good with the 9th, Jeff.
yep.
And everybody else, I don't hear anybody complaining.
Cool.
Okay,
So I'll confirm with Donna just so she can put a pen to that.
yeah. And I'll get started on the notice.
Okay. And I can, I'll send this to the select board tonight, and I'm willing to go answer questions tomorrow if they're get it on. I asked them to put it on the agenda in expectation. I don't know if they did or not. So I guess I can go look.
Well, they can deal with you as unanticipated business if they didn't.
They can, exactly. Let's see. Oh, cool. Well, they got 615 warrant articles, so perhaps they'll stick me in there.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so
How was that, Nathan? Pretty good? Time-wise?
well, look, are we wrapped up here? I mean,
I'm thoroughly
I think we've done this as much as we need to.
Totally.
Yeah,
So let's move on to the minutes. Let's go over the 10/18 one first.
the only thing I noticed about those minutes, well, it went into excruciating detail about the non-conforming aspects of state law and of our own bylaws, but the only real thing was it was a motion to adjourn that was passed, and then the meeting kept going, apparently, and there was more. And then there was another motion to adjourn, and then that passed. So it's like about 2/3 of the way down, there was an adjournment. And
That was
then,
the ZBA, wasn't it?
Well, what I noticed was that the minutes for
maybe it
10,
was, maybe it was.
after the minutes of 10:18 on the email, it moved on to 9:13 and 10:4, which we don't have to worry about. And that was, so, I mean, maybe, is that what you're talking about, Jeff?
Nathan is correct. It was the ZBA that adjourned out of there, and then we kept going. Okay, sorry about that.
Okay, but the 9:13 and 10:4 stuff, I don't think we have to worry about.
But I don't think that's a heading. I think that's, we just discussed those two, right? Is that what we were,
On the
or just,
agenda.
yeah, is it just an agenda item?
Yeah.
Because after it's associate members and then,
Okay,
There are not drafts of these minutes to approve for the 10-4 joint meeting between the planning board and select board. We're gonna use the minutes generated by the administrative secretary, and that's that.
good. The other thing I noticed was, you got Chuck Damari's name misspelled.
Okay,
It's capital D-I, capital M-A-R-E.
okay. We're gonna do. Say review. All right.
I'm willing to approve these with the amendments if we can move it forward and clear the.
Is that a
clear-
motion, Michael?
Yeah, I definitely. So I'll move to approve the minutes of 10/18/2021. I think that's all.
Second.
Did you second, Jeff?
Yes,
Okay. Any more discussion?
Yeah, I just want to make sure I got that spelling right. So it's D-I capital M-A-R-E.
That's right. It's a few times.
18 replacements. I never did that bad with Michael's, I don't think, but then again, I'm more familiar with it.
Well,
It's more at stake with my name. You
well,
see me more.
yeah. Well, Italian names are good.
Yes, they are.
So hearing no, I mean, any more discussion on this? I'll call the roll. Robert,
Aye.
Nathan,
Aye.
Linda,
Aye.
Michael,
Aye.
Jeff,
aye.
I'm an aye. Good. And let's do 2/7 and 2/16. These
So-
are,
Sorry, I had sent those out earlier today. That was my apology. That was my fault. I did get a email from you, Lacey, I believe, who said who had a hard time receiving it, correct?
Are you addressing me?
Yeah,
Oh, I didn't receive it. And apparently.
yeah. So I'll show you what happened. So when I sent it, I got an automated email back saying
Yep.
that your email box was full.
Yep, I'm having those problems.
All right, let me. Yeah, so I had sent
Hmm.
them out earlier today, like 2. Thought I had sent it, it's out of my mailbox. So I sent them and then I got this.
Hmm.
yeah.
All right.
Jeff, you should get yourself a Gmail account for your Shutesbury work.
I can briefly share them if it helps at all. I obviously wouldn't be able enough time to read them this way.
No,
but-
I'm going to abstain and let the other 4 voting members,
I would note that Michael and I have both worked on these with Carrie.
okay, great.
And I'll note that I'm satisfied with these two at this point.
Me too.
Jeff, I wasn't here February 7th, so I'm gonna have to abstain also.
Okay.
So,
Should I make a motion? Then we can discuss.
sure.
I'll move to approve the minutes of February 7th, 2022.
Do I hear a second?
Go for it, Deacon.
I'll second it. Okay.
Yeah,
I
you
don't
go.
usually do that, but sure. In discussion?
I would just thank Carrie for spending the time to go through it with Deacon and I and
Putting
for
up with us.
yeah, accepting our comments and her
I think
patience.
it's very helpful. I mean, Conservation Commission minutes are very different. So it's nice to learn in a different way. I think it builds on itself.
Yeah, okay. So does anybody want to say anything before we vote? Okay, I'll call the roll. Nathan? Was that an aye, Nathan?
Aye.
Okay.
Yep.
Linda,
Aye.
Michael,
Aye.
Jeff,
Same.
Robert,
Abstain.
I'm an aye. Hey, we got 4.
There you go.
Okay. Let's go on to 216.
Okay. I'll move to approve the minutes of February 16th, 2022.
Do I hear a second?
Second, Robert.
Okay, good. Discussion?
I think same comments as before, right?
Yeah.
Deacon and I gave input with Carrie. So I'm happy and I'm appreciative. I continue to be appreciative of Carrie's efforts.
And I'll second those remarks. Okay. Unless there's more discussion, I'll call the roll. Robert,
Aye.
Nathan,
Aye.
Linda,
Aye.
Michael.
Aye.
Are you going to abstain, Jeff?
Yes. Abstain.
Okay, I'm an aye. It's good. Unless there's something else, unanticipated business, I'd like to go catch the end of the ball game.
I just have one quick thing. I just want to
Sure.
thank Ashley for coming to these meetings every month as an associate and not talking, but hanging through it all. And maybe the reward is there's a short meeting this time.
It
So
is
thank
nice.
you.
It's a short meeting. No, thanks. I'm learning. It's all new to me, so it's fine. I'm actually grading papers tonight, so I have grades due. I'm like halfway paying attention, but it's good. Thank you.
Thank you.
So,
You know, while we're chatting a little bit, I was wondering if anyone knew who the meeting host has the hand up. I don't know if she needs to say something.
I mean, it's nothing really super important. I was just gonna say that I do have the minutes for 314 done. I just want to read through them again one more time. I'm like almost, I only have like 10 or so minutes left of the meeting that I missed on the 28th. And then these are going to be really short. So my idea is that I'm going to have all these drafts finished by like either tomorrow or Wednesday.
Well,
So
well,
I just want a
maybe,
little update.
well, maybe I can come see you on Tuesday and read them.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds good.
As in tomorrow? Is that what you, Tuesday, Deacon?
Well, not necessarily.
Okay. Tomorrow, I definitely couldn't keep you company.
Oh, okay.
You can go solo if you're going tomorrow.
Okay. Well, maybe how about Thursday?
Thursday is much better.
Okay, well, let's do that.
Okay,
Okay.
We'll come read what you have.
Sounds good.
Okay, so
what is that? What day is that? Wrong month. That's the
I believe
14th.
that's the 14th, yeah.
Yeah, okay, cool. Okay. Yeah, I can come around 10. I'll just plan
Okay.
on that.
it's a
Cool.
date. Okay.
I'll move to approve. I mean, move to adjourn.
Second,
I'll call. Does anyone say no? Was that, you didn't, you didn't, did you, Nathan?
I'm good. I'm good.
Okay,
It's adjourned.
it's adjourned. Thank you all.
unanimous consent.
Absolutely, absolutely.
All right.
Okay. Have a good night.
Good night, everyone.
See you
Take care.
again.
Bye.